Sound set. Key recording. Hello, listening audience, and welcome to another Toonkind at 12 frames per second. I am the host with the most. I am your Whirlwind Gale, and I am here today with one of my beloved siblings. Say hello to our dearest, darlingest, cleverest, funniest, so very kind and patient with me because I overslept. If I had a nickel for every time I overslept through when I was supposed to be playing D&D, I'd have 2 nickels and I'm mad about it. Say hi, Kraken.
Hi, I was concentrating very hard to remember the adjectives in the order as you said them, but the bit got too long. I was like, all right, fuck. It's me. I'm Kraken. I'm here. I am beloved. You are also beloved. It's Warlocks today. Warlocks all the way down. I'm playing Craigory.
Indeed. Warlocks all the way down, which means I am not playing a bard. I am not playing Yoda Audience. Today, I am playing Memoir Alejo. Fun little treat. Fun little treat of a different character, listening audience. Remember when I used to play this guy more consistently? I don't remember when I used to play this guy more consistently. Anyway, hey, Kraken, how's Craigory?
That is a really super excellent question. The answer is he's had a sleep, which improves things a lot.
Sleep does tend to do that, yeah.
Yeah. He had a chat with Decimal, which started that, helped crystallize and articulate things in his brain, which was good. And then he slept on it, which made it even better. And upon waking up, he and Matthias didn't leave on a terrible note, he thinks, but he, Network is kind of his place, but also he is sneaking out of there to not run into him.
Aw, bless him. He's doing his best.
His best, it's fine. As for the sneaking out, first it started as a let's give Matthias space from me today. We'll give each other some space and then we'll see where we are. And it'll be fine. And it's as Craigory has jailbroken out of his own home and is out on the streets when his brain kind of clicks into something else. And right, there was something else on his general to-do list. It got a little buried with the fun little drama that had been happening that Matthias told him about. And then other drama happened yesterday with some secrets being spilled. But now that one of those is resolved and the other is resolved enough, for the moment at least, issue question mark the third is now forefront of the mind, and that is that Matthias had also insinuated, implied, not that Matthias does things subtly, but Matthias does have a point. Craigory hasn't seen Memoir in person in a while.
Yeah.
And
in fact, it's kind of been a bit since anyone has seen Memoir in person besides Matthias.
Yeah. Something that really just, it had not clocked Craigory's radar until Matthias said it. One, Craigory gets, getting your alone time in. He does that. He has a higher tolerance to that kind of thing. B, with Echo basically allowing them to send funny memes to each other, it doesn't feel like as long as it has actually been. It is easy to get a little tricked like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Craigory has sure sent over the memory impression of Lynn getting absolutely doused in flour the other day, but it all this is to say that it occurs to him he just has not heard from Memoir about, like, anything about Memoir, let's say. Between that, Matthias dropping hint, like, okay, that's a good agenda item for today. We're going to the barn. We're saying hello. We're paying a visit. Knock, knock.
Does he actually, like, announce that he's coming by, or?
Yes, he does in fact send that, basically the impression of knock, knock on the door to Memoir through echo as he begins on his way.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't imagine he's going to be refused, so he's making the assumption is already on his way, but he sends an ahead warning.
Mm-hmm. And kind of probably along the lines of what he's expecting. There's sort of an absent-minded acknowledgement of, the knock, as Memoir is clearly distracted by something, but, Craigory is always welcome. Doors are always open, as he's always quick to remind people.
Yep. This is as normal. And, barn is always a good time. Memoir is always a good time. This will be Craigory's approaching this as we're doing a check-in, but it's not an alarming thing or anything, and this is going to be a fun little distraction hangout from yesterday.
Oh boy. I am so sorry to Craigory.
This is fully hangout times for Craigory, so that is the assumption. He's on his way. Toodaloo. He has been to the farm before. He knows the way, like...
Yeah. I'd say it's survival at advantage, then.
Yeah. Because I know it's not like a laid-out gravel path or anything. But he knows the idea.
No, it's...
Plus, he's nonplussed. He's not under a schedule. He'll get there eventually.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the first roll at 2 is a 4. Which
no.
We're on track. We're on track. Okay, what is your bonus to add to that? Because Craigory's wisdom stuff now is +2. And in reflection of that, that's going to be a 15 overall.
Nice.
Yeah. So he pretty much just makes it as intended, no detours. Yeehaw. He knows the general trick. And yeah, I think...
It's been a while, but he still knows the path, and the ribbons haven't changed colors. They're still, bright red and hung up in the trees.
Exactly. So he's just walking right up to the barn and, like, does the thing where you knock, but it's not like you stand outside the doors and wait. It's like you knock to announce that you're about to come in.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Memoir.
And over by the glass furnace, Memoir is, perhaps appropriately, reaching in and pulling out a blob of glass, which he is playing with between his hands as he looks up at Craigory when he comes in. Oh, hey, Craigory.
What you making there?
No idea.
Completely approving nod.
That does get a little bit of a smile, and Memoir kind of tilts his head and sort of a come on over gesture as he walks over to sit down at the picnic table he uses as his workbench. And starts, mushing the glass between his hands.
Silly putty time.
Yeah.
Yep. Trot on over and just... Okay, I come bearing some fun news, actually.
Oh, spill the tea.
Mm-hmm. So, I know Matthias did visit you recently. Did he, like... Well, even as I said, I don't know if it's my business to tell. has he
Thing with
told you about
Decimal?
himself lately?
You talking about the thing with Decimal?
Yes, I'm talking about the thing with Decimal. Hand slam on table.
Memoir just snorts and is just like, yeah, he came to me about it.
Also ended up coming to me about it, and not to, I guess, toot our own horns or anything, but they have a something, and that's, I think, a success. They did it.
Yeah, they did. He kind of smiles at Craigory and is just, this is not new information, but Craigory is so excited about it.
He is. This is the good news out of the things that have happened. Plus, it's
Member kind
just,
of just smiles and is just, took them a while, but they got there eventually.
I mean, I don't know if anyone does this sort of thing quickly, to be honest.
I don't know, that's more your area than mine.
Well, I mean, yes, but no. Yeah, but hey.
Memor just grins.
Like, are you trying to call, like, what Lynn and I did quick?
No, I just know some of your other tastes.
Listen. There's a distinct difference between appreciating someone's looks and, like, actually want to, like, commit to doing life stuff with them. That's very different.
That just gets a bit of a raised eyebrow, and then a shrug, like, what do I know? I don't swing that way.
Yep, fair enough. But yeah, so that happened. Good for them. Excellent. I don't think that's like public knowledge, but like, hey, happy for them. Oh my god, it was kind of a weird few weeks there while they worked through that. I don't know, might still
Yeah,
compete.
that's kind of the impression I got.
Yeah. Might still continue to be weird, not gonna lie. Because kind of the other piece of news I think you should be aware of is part of how that happened. I think it at least happened at the same time. Matthias does know about the whole Thrall thing.
I mean, I did tell him part of it, yeah, but did we finally tell him the part that you guys were dancing around?
Yeah, Decimal got to the part we were dancing around.
That sounds like a Decimal thing to do.
I mean, I knew it was going to happen at some point. Like, both of you, hey, dude.
Listen, I didn't tell him everything, but it wasn't fair to leave him in the dark like that, especially on something that could be that dangerous. I know what it's like when you don't know who Thrall is and they take advantage of that. I didn't want to put him in that position. I mean, my judgment's not the best these days, but I don't know. Sue me for
Distinct
having
wince.
sympathy.
Distinct wince. Yeah, Matthias has definitely said very similar, made that known, which good for him, honestly.
Yeah.
So, like it's happened now. It's all fine and good, and just move forward from here. So, yeah, those are two big pieces of news, I think. One fun, one just important to know.
He's doing his best with the information, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think he quite wants to talk with me at the moment, so I would say I'm kind of
He's
leaving that in Decimal's
still a little
hands.
mad at you. He's still a little mad at you.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it'll pass.
I mean, probably. And, like, I get it, but also, you know,
You were doing your best with the situation you were given.
Yeah.
It's not like you're a professional at this.
I don't know if anyone is a professional at hand waves this.
Closest we've got are Lynn and Asclepius. And me, I guess, but like I said, I'm not on top of my game right now.
Yeah, on that note, lean against the table. So, like, how are you? Like, just, seems you haven't been out and about much lately. Like, all good in here?
Good as it can be.
Mm.
It's just been... quiet's not the word for it, but... He just kind of goes silent and starts messing with the glass again. Sort of rolling the quote-unquote silly putty out into a sort of snake.
Right. Craigory's now thinking a little harder because this is actually like, oh, this is tripping an alarm. It's like, okay, how do I approach this?
Yeah, unfortunately, Memoir is no longer in the explaining things headspace, so...
You're in the vibe headspace.
Craigory is running afoul of the same thing Matthias did when he came over, which is Memoir will kind of just say shit and then not elaborate.
And then while you're going, wait, what? The next topic has come up.
Mm-hmm. And I think he will, like, as he said, next topic comes up and he just tilts his head. How's everyone else doing? I know Matthias has got his whole storm in a tea kettle going on, and you and Decimal have been dealing with that. And Decimal's, of course, been dealing with his side of the equation. Is Paz doing okay?
Yeah, far as I know, you know it longer and better probably than I do, but like, I think it's doing good. Asclepius is doing later things. I don't know how that works. Do not envy the job and not jealous at all. Ooh.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of work.
Lynn's, well, you know, Lynn, keeping busy.
Yeah. Yeah. He kind of frowns and says, tell her to take a rest day one of these days, will you? She's driving herself to exhaustion again.
I'll do one better. I'll enforce rest days.
Thank you.
Craigory now making distinctly, honestly, cat-like plans. If I actually, he's going to send this over in Echo, just the impression of the plan of, if I fall asleep with like my head in her lap, she will be forced to also nap.
Memoir just snorts devious behavior.
It's partner privileges. I can trap her like that.
And this is why they say love is weakness.
What?
That was a joke.
Yeah. It was the kind of thing where it's like, yes, this is jest, but it's also like a face like, I mean, not incredibly wrong. Could be wronger. Uh, so have you, I don't know, been to... Craigory is aware he may be about to step in a hornet's nest on this one. But just, I don't know. Have you seen your, gone to visit your dad lately? At the barn and all?
Oh boy, Craigory, roll insight. It is
Yeah,
not a high DC.
because he's like, well, okay, if Memoir hasn't left the barn to visit Wrath, he knows something is really wrong. Insight's +2. Oh, we'll take that. That's gonna be 17 total.
Yeah, so Gregory, Memoir kind of just scoops all the glass up in one quick motion and stands up from the table and walks back over to the furnace to heat the glass up again in a way that is very much dodging the question. Um
Okay, that is an answer within itself.
uh, with a 17, Gregory did catch the way his expression just kind of wilted and then shuddered right before he got up.
Yeah, he has an answer, but at what cost?
Mm-hmm.
Hooray, we did it.
You got your answer! Yeah,
Well,
you get the impression that Memoir has not seen his dad lately and is not happy about that fact.
yeah. Well, it's been a while since I personally checked in on that as well, so maybe that's a thing we could go do together.
I. Mm, maybe.
Or, like, I know you don't know what you're making yet, but maybe, like, something to bring to him.
Well, fuck, that's a reaction. Hey Gregory, you hear the hiss of steam
Uh-huh.
as something hits the surface of the hot glass. And if he looks over, he will see that Memoir's wings are pulled in very, very close to him. Um, his shoulders may or may not be shaking a little tiny bit, but it's okay. He's still got his composure for the most part, I say, rolling deception. Nat 20, he's fine.
Oh my god.
Latches
I
has kicked in today.
I'll roll insight just in case. And get an 8. Yeah, no. So he is aware that, all right, he's identified something is wrong, but he's not clocked the lengths to which that little line of thought has actually distressed Memoir. Oopsie poopsie.
Mm-hmm. For those in our audience, congratulations, Craigory, you made Memoir fucking cry.
Yeah. We're breaking through the apathy. We did it.
Yay! At what cost?
Subtitle of Craigory's life. You did it, but at what cost? So just kind of like rocking on his heels, not grasping the severity, going, just, or like, it doesn't have to be today. Could make a plan around it, or like, trip out of it. I don't know. I mean, part of you could help me get Lynn to rest as well.
Oh god, Craigory, you just keep digging this fucking hole deeper, huh?
His thought is, I'm looking for something to help motivate Memoir leave what he is realizing is Wizard Hut 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, okay, this, what Memoir seems to need? Memoir seems like perhaps he needs a little push, a little, like, just a little motivation to get out there and, like, great, I can do that, yes. Because he does not know why Memoir has been isolating himself.
No, he doesn't. I think how this is gonna go, is Memoir will let Craigory ramble for a bit. I am so sorry for what he just handed me as the first words that come out of his mouth.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
So are you just intentionally trying to hurt me? Because that's really not very nice of you, Craigory.
Mouth clicks shut as he has to quickly reevaluate what is actually going on here.
Memoir, like, finally turns around from the furnace and looks over at Craigory. And, rolling off of your 17 from earlier, he's got his composure, but he looks exhausted and miserable.
Quiet Grolix curse under the breath. No, intentional, not the word. No, not that. Crap. Sorry.
I guess Matthias is better at keeping secrets than I got the impression of.
I mean, I think he and I both kind of use the trick where, like, if you just don't talk about the secret at all, then if you don't, like, say the lie, then omission just skates things by.
He's the reason you came over to see me.
Well, sorry, I didn't catch the first bit of that.
He's the reason you came over to see me.
Yeah. Which isn't a, I don't want to see you, usually. It's a,
That's right. Things have been busy,
and it's easy and I didn't think it was what it was, but it's easy and tempting to run away. Is that what? I don't know why you're not leaving, so that is a guess. That is a guess. It's not an accusation. I don't know what's going on here.
Memoir just kind of frowns and Craigory, I have wings. If I wanted to run away, you'd never see me again.
True. I think what I am trying to say is that it is nice to have your own little spot that's all designed by you and catered to your skills and interests out and away from everyone else. It's a nice place to be and exist and unwind, but it can also be easy to get stuck there because it's a natural little retreat.
Oh god, this conversation is not going well because the only reaction Memoir's handing me to that is just to laugh. It's not a happy laugh. It is a very very bitter, very humorless laugh. He kind of gives uh Craigory that very sharp-edged smile that Craigory has seen on a few other people he knows before.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, "You think this is my wizard hut, huh?"
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Your art barn is, yeah, it's definitely your wizard hut.
No, see, because the difference there is you chose to isolate and not to leave. You had your own shit going on. I can't leave.
And why can't you leave?
Trust me, if I could, I would. I don't want to be here.
Okay, great.
But
Then, um, do you know what's stopping you? Like, I can help.
I like having my fucking sanity intact, Craigory. What little of it remains.
Is this a
Everywhere
location
else
thing or an
is,
other people thing?
I don't know. Yes, both. Everyone's all in one place now.
Yeah. Are visits like this going to make that feel worse?
And he kind of, sits back down at the table. Whatever, temporary burst of frustrated energy had taken over him is gone. Um, he just goes back to playing with the glass like silly putty. Not usually.
Okay, so that's something we can work with then.
Yeah. Nobody comes out here, though. Not unless someone else sends them. Doesn't matter how insistently I keep my doors open. It's a long walk, and you guys are busy.
can't speak for anyone else. It is easy for me to lose track of that kind of thing because, as you alluded to, no, I will. My instinct is to isolate myself. I can and have gone a long time without seeing other people, and I don't think a little alone time is an inherently bad thing, so I didn't clock that it was in this case.
It wasn't supposed to be.
It's never supposed to be, yeah.
I just got too used to having things be quiet. Like I said, everyone back in town is all of our people in the same place. It's too noisy.
Okay.
It's hard to keep track of whose thoughts and feelings are mine, whose are yours, whose are Lynn's, whose are Asclepius's, whose are Matthias's, Decimal's, Paz's, Hugh's. It's too much.
Okay. You know how Decimal's been coming by regularly to take Matthias on those walks?
Yeah. They both look forward to it.
Yeah, they do. You know, a walk like that doesn't have to, like, go to town. Just be, out and about, you know? Get some fresh air and be in some smaller company, yeah? Want to come for a walk with me?
Sure. That could be nice. Memoir will just kind of roll the glob of glass up into a little ball and drop it back into sort of into the spot that'll just keep it warm enough to still be malleable when they get back.
Hell yeah. Gonna... Craigory stands up and offers a hand, but then he remembers that in those hands just now was, red hot silly putty glass, and Craigory only has one organic hand left to lose.
He's only got the one non-mage hand.
He's only got the one non-mage hand, and he offered that one like magic tech hand as the one to grab, and it's like, wait, Visible pause while he thinks about it and then swaps to the other one.
Memoir just snorts at that and just gets up on his own, walks over to this big old bucket of like cooled down oil, and dunks his hands in it with a big old plume of steam. Rinses them off in the sink, and then heads back over. He looks a bit of a mess. I'm not gonna lie to you, Craigory.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like, Memoir has always been very good about taking care of his wings in particular, and he's looking a little bit scruffy.
Raggedy Man hours.
Raggedy boy.
Well, Craigory is like a proper gentleman offering an arm for an afternoon walk.
That does get a bit of a snort as Memoir will loop his arm through Craigory's.
And
Lead the way.
you may regret that. He's going to lead them out of the barn.
You can't get any more lost than I've gotten by myself.
Excellent. You're going to be a good sport about this then. Craigory is just going to pick a direction that is not towards town. It's woods time, baby.
We're jumping through the woods.
And I don't think Craigory would fill this with chat, or at least not like right now or in immediately. Just kind of like, okay, we've had that. That became a little heavy. He's trying to make this a decompression. We're going to have a nice little crisp walk in the woods with company.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if Craigory's not going to try and bring up a lot of conversation, Memoir isn't either. He's just kind of letting Craigory lead him around, and just kind of looking up at the trees.
How's flying going?
I haven't been in a while. I mean, short flights, sure. Gotta catch something to eat somehow, but
Squint. Craigory had not thought about that logistic. It's like, what have you been eating? If you haven't... Yeah, oh. Yeah, no one know to restock you. Yeah, Memoir, what have you been eating? Do you know what to eat out here? Do you know what's safe?
I know about as much as you do. It's just a matter of looking through the right eyes.
Point. And obviously working, because you're not poisoned on mushrooms.
No, I haven't wound up eating any people yet, so that's also a win.
People was an option?
Do you want an honest answer to that?
Yes?
No, you don't.
Maybe not, but like I'm going to be thinking about it, so like you may as well. I mean, if you're if you're hungry, you're hungry. Meat is meat. Like I've had my own close calls.
Moore does snort at that and just shakes his head and just, nah.
I do have to notice you haven't exactly answered my question. Like, what have you actually for real been eating?
Mostly birds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely a
Caught a goose
source.
the other day, but the, I guess, filter I use when I need to actually go, and he kind of grimaces and makes the little snap the neck gesture to get something to eat. And crows feel funny.
Okay, so
Yeah,
I can
a
definitely
lot of that.
talk. I can definitely talk to some people about like setting up some regular like food delivery.
It's a long walk. you guys have got other stuff going
on? A, it's a nice walk. B, not that urgently. C, you're important and your well-being is important. You're part of the busy.
Well, that messed with me personally, so give me a sec. I think Memoir just goes quiet for a minute at that, and then shakes his head and says, Craigory, I'm not exactly the most settling person to be around right now. And people are already scared enough.
You think people like Decimal or Lynn in a frenzy are settling people to be around?
In
Like,
their own ways. Matthias certainly finds Decimal settling. And you love Lynn no matter what state she's in.
yes, I also care about you. So speaking for me myself, don't necessarily see the issue here. Like, now that I know there's something to be done, like I'm happy to help get it done.
I don't know. I can't really stop you, but he just kind of frowns and looks at the ground. Kind of has that lost in thought expression for a bit. I don't know. It feels wrong to have too many people here. Feels like I don't want to have to run further away.
Then, like, we can work within that. Is that a can't have too many people at once, or don't want a huge variety?
I'm not sure.
Okay, so
I
then
don't.
stick with what we know is working. One at a time.
Craigory, Memoir just kind of bumps into your side a little bit.
I had just been thinking Craig would be doing like solidarity shoulder bump.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of losing over how this is Memoir's little no good times. This is a problem. Meanwhile, for Craigory, it's kind of like a little bit. Well, oh, thank God. Here's a problem I can sink my teeth into and try to fix because
There are so many problems.
I will be real with you. He has been real restless lately. He's someone who, similar to Lynn, it is hard to just relax. If he doesn't have something to pick at or work on, or some kind of project, or some kind of problem to be trying to address, he gets real antsy. And this has only been exacerbated because he's not leaving town, and this whole, nickel thrall situation is breathing down everyone's necks. Like, Memoir's in a bad spot. Craigory's kind of glad that there's something he can do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, it's not a fixable problem, but it is definitely
It can be
helpable
addressed.
problem.
It can be addressed. Because otherwise, like, well, what else has it got going on these days in this situation? Kind of half-heartedly poking at things in his wizard tower. Like, he was trying to do that yesterday as a distraction. Wasn't super working. Work with his kid to build a water slide from the wizard tower in the name of accessibility. I mean, yeah, that can definitely go on the list, but like, this feels like something that it's like, okay, it's something I can do. It's something I can try to help with, and something that's helpful.
Mm-hmm.
So, congrats, Memoir. You're becoming a bit of a project.
Yay!
Yay? Question mark.
Craigory voice. Now that we're friends, I've decided to make you my new project.
You really don't have to do that.
I know, that's what makes me so nice.
If ever I see someone less, and I stop that before any sort of copyright god strikes me down.
Stop, we can't play Wicked. They just released the movie.
We've got snipers trained on everyone right now.
They've got snipers on the roof.
Never in my life did I think Craigory was going to be the Alphaba in any comparison.
You mean the Glinda?
Fuck.
Glinda's the one with that line, but...
That's what I meant. Damn.
That's you.
We're doing great here today, but... But Craigory is now thinking through and kind of aloud spinning through notions like, well, okay, so again, similar to like Decimal Tice's weekly walks, just set up just regular visits. And like that can, bring along some snacks and meals, like can make a meal out of it, and start, and then he's just kind of, it's thinking aloud, but not, it is very much thinking aloud.
Mm-hmm. Memoir is honestly content to just listen for a bit. Mm-hmm. He's still a little surprised by this, honestly. He's kind of mentally trying to, switch perspectives a bit to try and get a better understanding. But he's quiet and kind of surprised and kind of happy and kind of sad all at the same time. Because, like, on one hand, this is really sweet of Craigory, and he's really happy, and does really like the idea of getting to see his friends more. On the other hand, he doesn't want to have to need that help. He doesn't want to have people come all the way out to him. He wants to be able to go back into town again. He just can't right now.
Mm-hmm.
He misses you guys.
And like, in amongst that thinking aloud, like, it's becoming clear that Craigory's, he's talking about like first steps, but it is meant to be like first steps. this is like okay, this is what's going on now, this is what can we do, and then we'll like evolve from there. We can build up to things.
Mm-hmm. Neat. Kraken, I love this man. I hope you know this.
Aww.
I love this silly dear boy.
Just for funsies, I guess Memoir, you want to roll either a perception or a survival check.
Sure. Let's see how well that goes. Perception's a +8. We'll go with that. It's a 22. That's not bad.
This is absolutely the 5th time Craigory's walked them past the same stump of trees. They are going in circles.
Memoir will kind of snort at that and kind of bump Craigory's arm with one of his wings and just be like, we're gonna get dizzy if we keep walking this path. Here. And he'll start leading the way himself.
Yeah, okay. Craigory falls in line at this point. At this point, he just kind of has to assume that in terms of directions, other people know better. It's fine. You know, sometimes you have something and sometimes you lose it. And Memoir lives out here. He knows the area.
Mm-hmm. I think Memoir does like take them out of the trees and back into sort of the clearing where the barn is. But it is a pretty big clearing. So instead of, just walking right back to the barn, Memoir does like take them down not exactly a path, but like a desire trail through the fields of poppies, which by the way are very overgrown. You did not know poppies could get this big, Craigory. These are flowers the size of cereal bowls.
God.
But there is, fun fact, a little stream that runs through the field with a little pond that it feeds into. Besides the duck pond that's on the side of the barn.
Shit,
And
multiple ponds, optimal property.
it's a nice little place. It's idyllic. It's quiet. There are ducks in this little pond as well. Also fish.
I'm being real. Craigory eyes how, like, when you say a pond, how big is this pond? Like, for reference, ice skating size?
It would have to be like nothing super fancy. But yeah, I'd say, roughly the size of like a small swimming pool.
So honestly, that's where Craigory's mind heads to. Just like, I never invited anyone there, but kind of the point was to be utterly away from people. But I think you would have liked Wizard Hut. Kind of wish I could have shown it to you, maybe. There was a pond kind of like this as well, and like during the winter, it'd freeze over. Have you ever ice skated?
Like a lot of things, it depends on your perspective. Me, personally, this timeline, not really. I haven't exactly had many winters where I've been free to do so.
Okay, well, that's something I missed. That can be a this winter thing.
The river does seem like something that would freeze solid. It could be a nice path. An ice path, if you will.
Memoir Craigory is now eyeing your wings because it occurs to him that wings plus skates equal speed? More speed?
Noom.
Noom.
Memoir does, like, catch the look and give a little bit of a smile and do the little flappy gesture with his wings.
So now hear me out. If it snows enough, we build a ramp.
You want to see if I could launch myself.
I want to see if you can launch yourself. I want to see if you can take flight.
Craigory, I can just do that normally.
Well, yeah, like from a stand, but I'm thinking just if you get the head start, if you just really give her on the skates, we like do it downhill too.
Okay, so not really a ramp as much as a hill.
Well, okay, combine them. Like picture this. Combine them. There's a ramp at the bottom of the hill.
Like a half pipe?
Sure, yeah. Look, my point is,
Okay.
I think just maximum speed, hurl you in the air. Head start takeoff.
I mean, fuck, I'd be in the stratosphere in like 30 seconds. Already
Yeah?
been to the moon. I don't know if I need to go again.
Craigory doesn't know that one. I don't know that one. It's like, wait, you what?
There was this whole thing. Bunch of feathers got
Oh?
dropped. Phasmus and I went to the moon.
How?
Don't worry about it. Just bestie things.
Phasmus I can understand because a lot of physical limitations do not apply. What? Craigory's brain is breaking a little thinking about just logistics. What? Is there a teleportation circle to the moon?
I think technically we also went to the sun, but that's semantics.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Don't worry about it.
How am I meant to not? Memoir.
That gets the first, like, big smile Craigory has seen.
Memoir, take me to the moon.
I don't have a teleportation circle to the fucking moon, Craigory.
Then how
I
did
got
you
there
get
by
there?
accident.
Okay, accidents can be recreated.
I don't think I can make a magic feather drop from the sky.
Craigory just gets this look on his face as just completely challenge accepted.
My Morta's just like put a hand to his earring and there's a message to Phasmus of just warning, Craigory might ask you about the moon trip.
Fly me to the moon. Cornering Phasmus like, moon? Moon?
It was really cold up there. Also really windy. Also, we fought rabbits. Space rabbits.
Craigory is now rolling insight because he needs to figure out if Memoir is fucking with him.
He's not. This is all things that happened in a game.
14 insight. He's decently sure Memoir is not fucking with him. Plus 4. It's 14.
It's hard not to tell it's hard to tell these days whether Memoir is or is not fucking with someone. But as far as Craigory can tell, he's being perfectly genuine. Yeah, they went to the moon. They fought space rabbits. They nearly got blown out of a giant maze. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Oh yeah, you could ask Network. Network was there.
Okay. When? When was this?
I don't know, like a couple months ago.
Hands on Memoir's shoulders. Did you bring back moon dust? Is there a rock?
Oh my god, I will have to talk with Whis about retconning this into existence, but I will say
There
for the
doesn't
sake of the
have to be
bit,
a moon rock. You can
no, I
crush
want there
Craigory's
to be a moon
dreams.
rock.
You can crush it.
No, he seems so happy. Let's see what we get on the... That is a nat 10 on the hammer space dice. Memoir will just snort and reach into one of the pockets that he's sewn onto this pair of pants. And he pulls out a little moon rock.
Moon pebble. Craigory is
Tiny
taking
rock.
it so careful. I'm going to remember he's just immediately in the sauce on examining. There's like he's going to run Arcana checks on it, like piece of the moon.
That
You
is a whole piece of the moon.
turning up and down in hand, like hold up to the light, sniff, sniff.
What does moon smell like?
Smells like poison because, as we all know from Cave Johnson's heroic sacrifice, moon dust bad. Obviously,
Moon is mostly asbestos.
smells like asbestos, baby.
I'll say that, like, I'll have to talk to Whis about it, but I think Memoir
Yeah.
probably would have, like, picked up something or the other.
Or even it's just like arrived back and like, oh, this was stuck in like the tread of my boot.
Yeah.
For all intents and purposes, it is a rock. However, it is a rock from the moon, and therefore, Craigory is over the moon.
Memoir will just laugh at that and just kind of shake his head and say, "You keep it. I don't have much use for it."
See, the polite thing to do would be, no, no, it's yours, you keep it. On the other hand,
On the other hand, I'm giving it to you, so take the tiny piece of moon.
I owe you my life.
Huh?
It's just this very mock intense, I owe you my life.
Yes, yes, you do.
Well, that's going to be Memoir getting the network getting questioned when he gets back.
Network, what does Memoir mean you went to the moon? Why didn't you tell me?
Does Lynn know?
Does Lynn know you went to the moon?
Well, between surprise moon detour and Craigory now thinking also about, ice ramp logistics, and also just, okay, setting up a schedule of sorts for Memoir. He's got projects. Thank God.
Even at his worst, Memoir can give people things that are helpful. This is what he does.
Squinting at you.
Don't worry about it. He's just a helpful boy.
Yes, he is. He's also more than that. I mean, I'm sure he knows this.
Does he? Does he really? Anyway, Memoir will kind of take Craigory over to this like half fallen apart little stone bridge that goes over part of the like where the little stream goes into the pond. And it's like low enough that you can sit down on the edge of it and dangle your feet in the water.
Oh, hell yes. Foot splashy time.
Foot splashy.
I don't think Craigory has anything else specific from here. This is basically now turned into what he'd kind of intended and assumed this is going to be on the first coming here. Anyway, this is hangouts and catch-up time.
Mm-hmm.
He accidentally distressed Memoir, figured out what distressed Memoir, and now that he has a bit of a game plan on the cooker, he is now doing the thing where he doesn't do that. We're ending this. He's like, okay, we're continuing and ending this visit on a good note. This is hangouts time. So unless Memoir's got something, it might be how that fades out.
Be a cute place for it to fade out of just like the two of them sitting on this like slightly fallen apart old bridge. Memoir pointing out the different fish that swim by down below, like, oh yeah, that one's name is Spot. That one's name is Paisley, because it's got the little, pattern on its back. That one over there is Rorschach because he's black and white. Just like naming the different fish in the water.
Chit chat, splashy splash.
Probably also introduces Craigory to the ducks.
Yes.
It's lonely out here. Yes, he has named all of the fish and the ducks. Yes, he can tell them apart at a glance. Don't worry about it. It says absolutely nothing about his mental state.
Here's the problem. I don't know if Craig would recognize that as a problem because he did the same thing. He's a Frankenelli. He can talk to animals if he wants. He did the same thing. But again, it registers in his brain as normal, and it doesn't immediately register as this is a part and symptom of the problem.
Yeah. So much of Memoir's shenanigans seems so normal to Craigory, because Craigory is an outlier who should not be counted.
Craigory is the most normal man ever. He believes this utterly.
It's okay, we all believe things about ourselves that aren't true. But do we want to end it there?
I think so, yeah. Man,
Yeah.
thanks for playing with me.
Thank you so much for playing with me. That was fun.
All right.
All right, that's the end of our recording. Let's say goodbye to our listening audience. Bye-bye, listeners.
Bye.